ACC basketball season. This weekend, real conference matchups. If you're like me, you have I'm like a 8-year-old, and what I mean by that, before your imagination gets too crazy, what do you mean? I'm like an 8-year-old in that I can't help but ask why a billion times. Right? You ever get caught in that that cycle? Why is the sky blue? Well, the sky's blue because there's water droplets in the air and they refract off the light and reflect from the sea. And why is the sea blue? Well, why is and all of a sudden it's just why? So I see something interesting and I can't help but go, why? I wonder why that is. So let me throw this at you. ACC basketball teams over the last 5, 10, 15, 20, 50 years, routinely, and statistics show this, outperform their seeding in the NCAA tournament. Right? If you're a 5 seed, you're more likely to end up in the Sweet 16 than other conferences' 5 seeds and those types of things. So, one, you take pride in it as an ACC fan if you're part of ACC basketball. 2, I go, why? I wonder why that is. I wonder why. Are they more talented? Are they getting better recruits? Are there better coaches? Do they schedule differently? And I do think that's part of it. I think the non-conference schedule matters. ACC teams are not afraid to test themselves early in non-conference play. But I also believe part of that answer to why is it true is the ACC conference schedule is a meat grinder. And you get a little bit of everything. If you're going to go on a run, and like NC State did last year to the Final Four, like obviously Duke and Carolina have been to a billion of them. If you're going to go on a run to the Final Four, you're going to face a team that slows it down. You're going to face a team that runs. You're going to face a team that lives and dies by the 3. You're going to face a team with elite defense. You're going to face every different kind of team. And if you are in, say, the SEC, which they absolutely dominated the ACC, right? The SEC-ACC challenge was a bloodbath, and it was. And all those head-to-head matchups, overwhelming majority of the SEC won. But the SEC has a style. They have a stereotype, right? They get out, they run, they have elite guard play, they score a bunch. It's going to be 91-87, like you're going to score. Go to the Big Ten. There are some really good teams in the Big Ten. But you're going to get physical play. You're going to get guys off the bench that basically their role is 5 fouls. You're going to have post players. You're going to have Big Ten basketball. I've said this about the ACC for a long time, but I don't know the stereotype. Maybe individual teams have stereotypes, but you're just as likely to face a Tony Bennett system UVA squad that wants to beat you 51-47 as you are to go to North Carolina and see a team that wants to score a bunch, get up and down, and shoot quickly. And you're just as likely to face a Duke squad with like positionless, amorphous blobs of talent as you are to face, I guess now Stanford, which has a 7-foot center that they give the ball to back to the basket. The ACC brings everything there. So then when you go to the NCAA tournament, you have a shorthand. All right, we're going to face a team with a great big. Everybody can be right on the same page when the coach goes, all right, we're going to do what we did against Armando Bacot last year. All right, we're going to face a team with an elite guard or a great shooting stretch 4. All right, we're going to attack them like we attacked Pitt last year when Hinson was shooting 44% from 3. All right, we're going to face a physical team. All right, we're going to play like we did against like everyone has the shorthand in the ACC. So when NC State's playing Florida State tonight, they're getting an experience that, A, they want to win the game. They want to establish themselves. They want Michael O'Connell to have a bounce back from a poor shooting night against Texas. They want Dontrez Styles to build off of the second half shooting that he had against Texas. But also, they're gathering a game plan. I used to think it was funny because every single college football coach I ever played for looks a bit like a hoarder. You walk into their office, and usually 2 walls are covered by bookshelves. And it's not like they're keeping knickknacks and motivational and no. There might be like one football from a game ball that they care about up there. But other than that, it's just binders with game plans.
Yellow stat pads everywhere.
Just binders labeled. For us, it was like Old Dominion 2009, William and Mary 2011, and just lines and lines of them. And when you play a team, you always start by walking up and grabbing one of those off the wall. Right, all right, we're going to play William and Mary this year. They got a running back that's a stud. Last year we played Towson. They have a running back that's a stud. Let's go start our game plan from our Towson game plan. UNC's playing Georgia Tech. Ndongo was one of the best freshmen in the ACC last year. He's going to develop his game. He plays a unique, high-flying game. That's something that UNC is going to have to learn how to match up with. I believe Drake Powell would do a good job. Why? Because he's also a high-flying, wildly talented athlete, one of their freshmen. RJ Davis, how many games until you worry if a shooter is way down in three-point shooting? Meaning make percentage. Well, Georgia Tech is a team that's going to play one brand of defense, and maybe that's one that RJ knows how to beat, and he gets going. And then there's a Duke at Louisville, right? We're kind of quickly making a run around the triangle teams playing this weekend. Duke at Louisville is interesting because, and there's one comment that Shire made that is messing with me. John Shire, head coach of Duke. I've referenced it a bunch, but it's living rent-free in my head right now. He said he's not calling plays, right? And obviously that doesn't mean he's calling zero plays, but he said he's rarely calling plays like himself because he wants the young guys and the team to build the chemistry and learn how to react to what they see. That is exactly what I'm talking about, right? He doesn't want to sit there and call out, run. I always use Princeton as the example because that's like the first motion offense you learn in like fourth grade. He's not going to be on the sideline going, Princeton. He wants, if Princeton is the best call against a particular defense or a look that they're giving them, for everybody to just go into Princeton without needing to be told. And that's going to take time, but the only way that line of coaching works is if they see everything this regular season. Everything. They have to be shown every defense, every style, every kind of player, every kind of everything, or else you're just setting yourself up to be confused when you get to the NCAA tournament. And that's the last point I'm going to make here. As ACC conference play gets started in earnest this weekend, the ACC, the other thing about this conference is most of the teams don't get excited by solid seasons. They are swinging for the fences. I was listening to, it's Theo Pinson's podcast. Him and I think it's RJ Anderson host it. Run Your Race is what it's called. Former UNC basketball player. And he was laughing, and I don't say that hey, you can go take this up with Theo. This isn't me passing it along to some people out there. But he was laughing at NC State for how much they celebrated a Final Four last year. Because he's going at UNC, you're expected to get to a Final Four. You celebrate national championships. He was making fun of them for doing welcome parties and parades or whatever. And I didn't agree with it, but I did think that's how good, that's how established, that's how successful some programs are in the ACC, where it's national championship or what are we celebrating? So the moves they make in the regular season are all with the intention of, will it make us better to go win 6 straight games in March and April and walk away with the big trophy?
And hence the reason there's a lot of uncertainty and maybe animosity towards North Carolina's basketball program right now because they're just not living up to the standard they're used to seeing.
Yeah, you can't be a former player like, I just made fun of them for celebrating a Final Four, and now we can't beat any power conference opponents.
But to be fair, I think North Carolina's played at least 3 potential 1 seeds in the NCAA tournament already this season between Alabama, Auburn, and I'm just projecting those teams to be 1 seeds.
Alabama, Auburn, and Kansas would be the 3 that you're referring to. They also dropped a game to Michigan State, who's unranked. But what you're doing is what I don't think anyone in the ACC does. Like if I don't think North Carolina looks at other 1 seeds and goes like, well, at least they were 1 seeds. They're thinking they should be the number 1 of the number 1 seeds. So it's not like, oh, they're a really good program too. It's like their second tier were first tier.
No, I get it. I'm just trying to talk to the fan base right now that's already calling for Hubert's head, and it's just a 4-4 start to the season right now.
I wouldn't call for anybody's head, but I would say, like, there are things that would make me concerned about UNC basketball this year from the 8 games that we've seen. I would be concerned.